All right, so for this law of sines program, let's look at this problem here, where we're given two angles and we have one side and we're trying to find this missing side over here. Now, I'm not quite sure which version of the law of sines they're using, and it really doesn't matter. Typically, the way that I teach it is I do, the sines up top. So sine A over A equals sine B over B. Now, if these are flip-flopped, that's okay too. To where you got the sides up top, the angles on bottom. Doesn't really matter. So when I take a look at this, so because I have this paired together and this paired together. So because when we talk about sine, and for our SOHCAHTOA, it's sine of opposite over hypotenuse. Well, these aren't right triangles, so we don't have a hypotenuse, but we still need that sine of opposite. So what we have here is if I'm going to look at sine of A, and it doesn't matter which one we start with. I'll go ahead and do this 35 degrees because that's what we have. So I'm going to do sine of 35 over 7 equals sine of 48 over x. And that's right from my triangle setup. 48 over x, 35 over 7. So here's our setup. So now I'm going to go ahead and let me get my calculator out. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to plug these numbers in. So first thing, I'm going to make sure I'm in degrees, which I am. So sine of 35 divided by 7. And I do get this really, really small decimal. So I'm going to convert this just to 0.08. So 0.08. So 0.08 equals, now I'm going to do sine of 48, and I'm going to round this to 0.74. 0.74 over x. Now, the quick, easy algebra trick here is we know that I can kind of, put this over 1 and cross multiply, divide, those kinds of things, all right? Easiest way to do it to kind of save yourself a step is I'm just going to take these two and I'm just going to flip-flop them. If you want to cross multiply, divide, you can. It's the same idea. But for me, this is just going to become x equals 0.74 over 0.08. So if we do 0.74 divided by 0.08, I get an answer of about 9.25. So I get that this is 9.25. Now, there is one way to kind of check and make sure our answers make sense. The really only way to do that is I'm claiming that this is about 9.25. So the only thing you can really look at and see is because 35 degrees is smaller than 48 degrees, the 7 across from the 35 should be smaller than 9.25 across from the 48. Smaller angle, smaller side, bigger angle, bigger side. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that makes sense.